Fine. So I'll start now. Hello everyone, my name is Rishi Garg, and I have graduated from IIT Delhi in 2018. Post that I worked for 3 years in PI Industries in a marketing support role. Now I'll be joining SPJMR in marketing profile. So now I would like my partner Ketan to carry forward from here. Yes, Ketan. I think
Ketan, are you there?
I
I
think we
think he
lost
dropped. Okay, you can start.
Okay, just give me a minute. Fine, I'll start then. No issues. Okay, so let's talk about, so our flow of the presentation will be like, we'll be talking about the business first of all. Then we'll talk about what is the deal, then why is the deal required, and if it is a good deal. So let's talk about the business first of all. So we all know that Amazon started as a bookstore in 1994, and then in 2020 we can see that it has proliferated to a whole lot of other things as well. Like it is an online stores, third-party seller services, subscription services, AWS. Okay, Ketan, we have Ketan back. Hello.
Sorry, sir. Actually, my network. So there was some network issue.
No issues, no issues. So Rishi has started. So
Okay. Ketan, can you please carry forward now? That's okay.
Rishi, can you move to the next slide, please?
Yeah, sure. Please.
So our flow chart is something like this. First, we will talk about the business, then followed by what is the deal, why the deal is required, it is a good deal. So starting with about the business, the word Amazon, the company Amazon needs no introduction. It is one of the largest economic forces in the market. Started in 1994 and continuing until 2021. Over the span of 25 years, the company has grown tremendously, soaring at a net worth of about $300 billion. And you can see the the pie chart here about the business distribution of Amazon, which majority of its revenue comes from online stores. But over the recent years, services like Prime and Amazon Web Services has also contributed largely towards the revenue. Being Amazon Web Services is now also and a broadcasting partner of Bundesliga, that is the German football league, and Prime, as we all have witnessed, The Family Man, that is season 1 and 2, which is the latest. It is premiering on Prime. So sectors. Now coming to the Prime, which is our main focus here. Amazon Prime has 200 million subscribers, 300 plus hours of it has annual growth, and it is also and now Rishi, can you move to the MGM slide, please?
Right, sure. Just a minute.
The name again, MGM needs no introduction, with its some of the various famous franchise and Rocky, RoboCop, Pink Panther. Sorry, it is gray here, and the Hobbit, which most of us have an introduction throughout our life. At least one of the franchisee, and formed in 1924 with more than 177 Academy Awards, and it had also a golden phase around 1970 to 2000, where the franchisee was awarded with best films across throughout the span of time under its production. And you can there's some of the famous data about the company is mentioned here, like Bond series has earned nearly $7 billion till date, and acquired premium TV channel Epix in 2017, home to more than 17,000 and 4,000 shows, and some of the best pictures that I have hand over Rishi, who will explain. Over to you, Rishi.
Sure, thanks, Ketan. So let's talk about what is the deal. So we are all aware that Amazon agreed to buy MGM company for $8.45 billion. They'll also be getting the premium cable channel Epix with this. So as Ketan mentioned, that it is a vast catalog of more than 4,000 films and 17,000 television shows. And it is not only about that. Like the Mike Hopkins of Senior VP of Prime Studios mentioned that the real financial value behind this deal is the treasure trove of IP. So it is the intellectual property which we are talking about, like the iconic brands of MGM, like the Pink Panther and everything. So they can carry forward these characters, these shows, these movies in Amazon, and can entice the loyal customers of MGM, and can also bring in the new customers. Now there are some caveats here as well, like it is still yet not clear that which titles specifically belong to Amazon and MGM holding. Like there is a lot of buzz about the James Bond thing, but Amazon will only own 50% of the franchise. It is not that they'll have unprecedented control over the James Bond franchise. It is more about that the producers will be having the complete marketing and distribution control over the James Bond series. Also, they'll be having the complete control over the successor of the James Bond series from Daniel Craig. So yes. Now let's talk about so the competitors in the market, even the new competitors which are coming nowadays, are able to acquire some market share, or they're able to entice a lot of customers. So there is a lot of competition in the market. Let's talk about Prime, Netflix, and Disney Plus Hotstar, which we majorly see. So we can see that Prime has 100 million subscribers. Netflix has 208, and Disney Plus Hotstar has 95 million subscribers. If you talk about the price plus per subscription of these platforms, we can see that the Prime has 1,000 rupees per year. Netflix has an approx of 2,700 rupees per year, and Disney Plus Hotstar has an approx of 620 rupees per year. Now we can see that though Netflix and Prime has been in the market since 15 years, since even then the Netflix is able to command a higher subscription or a premium for its subscription, and that is majorly because of the kind of content they are displaying to the customers. It is not that Prime does not have such content, but Prime has its major hold on the distribution and the marketing. They are not very good in case if we say as of now, they're not very good in making their own shows, and they're working on that. So this is the one thing which we think that to stay relevant was really important. Now, if we talk about the deal, we can see that the other platforms are also making a lot of deal. Like Netflix has invested recently $17.3 billion US in content. They've also collaborated with Sony for a movie deal. If we talk about Disney, we are very much aware that Disney acquired Fox for $71 billion. They also made them the IPL of platforms as well. Another thing which we came across was to reduce the churn mechanism. So what this is to reduce the iteration rate. Now, if I'm a subscriber of Amazon, if I'm not getting the relevant content at Amazon, I'll opt out of it. I won't pay the 1,000 extra bucks. So last year, Amazon spent some $11 billion for the TV shows and for the other movies, but still they were able to produce only 100 hours of content. $1 billion a deal. They'll be getting at least 25,000 hours of content, which was worth a deal, I guess. Also, Jeff Bezos mentioned that 175 million of the 200 million. So this suggests that there is a lot of content that needs to be uploaded on a daily basis or on a weekly basis on such platforms, so that to be able to get a hold of the current customers and to get new customers as well. Also, as I mentioned, probably came to the market some 4 or 5 years back. Still, they are dominating the market share, and that is primarily because they're able to be very region specific. At the same time, they're doing things which are relevant to the customers. Now, if you talk about India, they're trying to produce series which is regionally, which have regional content. And now, if you talk about lots of countries, like Prime is dealing with 19 plus countries, we can see that there are lots of regions, and to cater to those regions, they'll be needing a lot of investment to be done. So I think this is something which we need to see. Now let's talk about if it is a good deal. Now, if we if we see the balance sheet of MGM, we can see that their total debt to equity ratio is on a rise. Like the revenue has been stayed constant for the next 4-5 years. Like it's been 1.2 to 1.3 million dollars of revenue. But still, that debt has been rising exponentially, like from $200 million in 2016 to $3 billion last year. And that is majorly because in 2017 they acquired Epix, which shooted their total debt to equity ratio. And then they made several investments to make new TV shows and of course movies. Now, if you talk about Amazon, this is nothing for Amazon. Amazon being Amazon, its width and the depth, they can of course turn around things for Prime as well as for the MGM. And its 40% CAGR growth in the last 6 years can of course utilize the IP of intellectual property of MGM for mutual growth. There is another thing which is beneficial for Amazon, and that is that with the current hold of the loyal customers and the new customers, they'll be preferring the Amazon to entice. The customers will be more attracted to buy from Amazon than from other online platforms. And as we saw that the major share of the revenue of the Amazon is from the online stores, the Amazon is going to get a help from this. Also, we can see that the expected growth rate of OTT is for the 14% CAGR for the next 5 years. Keeping this thing in mind, and with the 44% CAGR growth rate in the last 6 years, which you have seen for the Prime Video, we can, if we are not very aggressive enough, we can expect this to grow at least 20% in the next 5 years without MGM. And if this happens, we can see that it will have a $63 billion revenue in 2025 without MGM. Of course, with MGM, we'll be able to cater to at least 3-4% customers extra with the MGM loyal customers and with the new customers they'll be acquiring. And with that, keeping that in mind, we can see that they will be having a revenue of $73 billion in 2025 with a $10 billion surplus without MGM and with MGM. So if we look at the $8.5 billion investment which we have done in MGM, we can see, keeping in mind the inflation at 5% rate, that in the next 5 years it is going to be $10 billion. So we can see that even if we are not taking the growth rate to be very aggressive, we can see that they'll be able to get the returns from this deal. And of course, after that, the exponential growth. So all in all, what we believe, me and Ketan, is that it is a good deal. Keeping in mind the cutthroat competition to stay relevant and to reduce the churn reduction rate, and keeping in mind the growth rate or expected CAGR of the OTT platforms, we can see that it is a good deal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we have the second group?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm sharing this.
I'll just stop sharing this.
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen now. Please let me know if it's visible. I'll start the slideshow.
Yeah, it's visible. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Tanmay, you can
Yes,
start.
you are audible.
Yeah. Good evening, friends. My name is Tanmay Pokre, and I am electrical engineer, and this year I'm going to join NITI Mumbai. So we'll be talking about the Amazon MGM acquisition. Can you turn to the next page? Okay. So first we'll be talking about the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, the review and the overview about the company. The Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer was established in 1924. Since then, it has produced almost 4,000 movies and 17,000 TV shows. It has been awarded at 177 Academy Awards over the past 90 years. It also has an video TV platform called Epix, which is revenued at almost 108 million. Apart from that, it also makes movies asset, and it has almost an asset of 30 million. The current valuation of the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer is at 5.5 billion USD. Now, this Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer over the 90 years has given us some of the good franchises like James Bond, Pink Panther, Vikings, Robocop, Rocky, etc. And most important thing is that the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer has its own studio called as Orion Pictures and Samuel Goldwyn Co.
So with this in picture, still we can see that over the past few years, the revenue of Metro Golden Mayer has been decreasing. If we observe the charts, we can see that in 2018 the revenue was 1574 million, but over the next few years it has dropped down, and in 2020 it has dropped down to 1061 million. Now it is almost a $500 million decrease in the revenue. With that, the debts have also increased. So it has been a major concern for Metro Golden Mayer. Now, if we observe the major reasons for increase in the debt or decrease in the revenue, as we can say, is first of all, whatever picture content they have planned, Metro Golden Mayer is not released in the market, mainly due to COVID. Since all the theaters and all are closed, they are not able to produce the film and showcast it to the people. Next thing is uh, when they don't have any source of streaming the video uh, in theaters, but they also don't have streaming platforms such as what Amazon has. So these two are the major reasons that the MGM has not been able to recover the revenue and has resulted in the increase in the debt. So can you move to the next page? Yeah. So now we will see about what Amazon has and what Amazon has been in the past few years. Now, Amazon has different business under its verticals. If you see the pie charts, we can see that there are online stores, third-party selling services, Amazon Web Services, subscription services, physical stores, etc. So now if you see in terms of revenue, that the main business of Amazon is the retail stores, retail or the online stores that they have, the Kindle and the reading services that they have. So it contributes $163 billion. On the other hand, if we see that the third party selling services contributes the second most, that is $63 billion. Then there is cloud computing services that the Amazon provides. It contributes around $40 billion. The thing that worries is here the subscription services just contributes to $22 billion. And Amazon wants to improve its subscription services because it has almost exhausted its online storage capacities since due to COVID and all. And the market that it captures overall, 19 countries, 15 plus languages. So it has almost captured the online stores market. But when it comes to subscription services, it has still not expanded to its capability. To see the pros that the Amazon OTT platform has is that it has 2 million subscribers. It is available in 19 countries and has almost 15 and is almost centered in 15 plus languages. It has a market capital of 1.76 trillion and the cash reserve of $73.2 billion. Now, this is enough cash resource that the Amazon has in order to invest in any other business that they wish to. Now, what cons, what are the drawbacks that the Amazon OTT has? Uh, Amazon OTT till now has only 314 hours of content, which is not enough when it comes to capture the entire countries and to expand its presence in different countries. It has a studio, but it's still in the nascent stage. It's just 78 titles since 2010. It doesn't have a deep content and good TV shows or good movies like what Disney, Paramount, and other even MGM has. Lack of hit movies, TV shows. There are just a few. Let's say there was this Family Man, which up came just now. But before that, if we just try to recall, we won't be able to, as such, recall which was the TV series that was hit on Amazon Prime. Then this is just in India, but when it comes to globally, there is very less content that the Amazon has. Can you move to the next stage? Next slide, please. Okay. So there we saw the pros and cons that the Amazon has, but what does the Amazon OTT offer as such? why are they still having that kind of market in spite of seeing that they don't have that much content. Now Amazon provides lucrative offers. Let's say exclusive access to deals and discounts. When you subscribe to Amazon Prime, you just not only just get the OTT viewership, but you get amazing discounts on their what you can say, the retail markets. So after other than that, there is ad-free music. Even Amazon, those who subscribe for the what you can say, the Amazon Prime membership get fast delivery within 1 or 2 days. So that is also a kind of boon. Even Amazon has good Prime reading. It has a major online reading content, and that is one of the advantage that it provides to the people who have subscribed. Even Prime videos, let's say it's just a thing. With the Prime videos comes all these things that we have seen in the previous slides. And now to see these two pie charts, if you can see, the yellow ones is the Amazon Prime and the red one is Netflix. You see that Amazon captures 21% and Netflix is almost 29%, or let's rough it to 28%. Now, this is the 2019 market share of Amazon and Netflix. You see that Amazon is just three-fourth of that of you can say Netflix. So let's say if uh, Amazon captures 21, then the Netflix captures 28. So there's 1/4 difference or 25% difference between them. But as you move to 2020 market share, you can see that the gap is almost 1/5. So the difference is reduced from 25% to 20%. It shows that the Amazon has increased its viewership despite its odd. Now, what are the key factors that have resulted in the reduction in the gap? One is that the Amazon provides diverse when it comes to linking, as we saw it in the images that have been attached above. It provides diverse services along with its subscription. COVID-19 has resulted in a major boost to OTT platforms. Since most of the people have been staying home, it has resulted in more viewership and more access of the content. Plus, the rates that the Amazon Prime provides in comparison to Netflix is one of the major factor there. So now Aditya will tell you about what is the synergy or what is the deal exactly between the Amazon and the MGM, and how does it will it be a boon or bane for Amazon and MGM? Over to you, Aditya.
Yeah, thanks, Tanmay. So my name is Aditya Roshan, and I'm a 2017 pass out electronics and communication engineer. And this year I would be joining NMIMS Mumbai. So let's move to the next slide. Yeah, so in this, I'll discuss like the Amazon MGM acquisition. So is it a boon or a bane, either for Amazon or the MGM? So if we talk about Amazon, so this deal is one of the largest purchase for Amazon since 2017, when it bought the whole food market for $13.7 billion. Coming to next is that we know that the viewership of Amazon is around 175 million worldwide. So this acquisition of MGM, it helps Amazon to get the access of around 4,000 title catalogs, which include the famous James Bond series, the Pink Panthers, and the other TV programs like the Unexpected, the Boston Blackie. So this is a new addition to their Prime portfolio. Now, this is like the new hire of MGM Studios. It is likely to grow big in the content game. So now, if we see the Amazon revenues across different divisions like film content, television content, and media networks, if we leave aside the television content, which is some kind of means not matching with the film content and the media network in the trends. But for the film content and the media network, from last 3 years, we can see that there is a downfall in the revenue of the MGM holdings worldwide. So let's move to the next slide. So the strategy for Amazon here is to compete with the likes of Netflix, which is the largest streaming space right now. And like what Tanmay told, like currently the Amazon cash is around $73 billion, the cash and the cash equivalent. So it is not going to face any finance issues, and it can also have an option to borrow, or it can also issue stocks. So the equivalence amount which the MGM holds, which the Amazon holds right now, it is equal to around 8 MGM acquisitions, which currently they have done. The value equal to 8 MGM acquisitions. Now, this is a report which, while researching, we came across. It is from the TipRank analysts, and it shows that when the analysts were spoken about this acquisition, and they strongly favored the deal which has been done by Amazon, and they also forecasted the stock means the price target that would be coming in around a year. So according to their analysis or their forecast, the even if the Amazon goes to its lowest in coming 1 year, it will still end up at $3,720 billion, and it will be around it will be higher than its last price of $3,346.83. So and if we take the average price, that is 429.5.17, so it is around 28.34% increase from what it is at current, that is June 2021. So it's like Amazon is having good performance. It will be having a good performance in the coming time. This is what the forecast says us. So let's move to the next slide. So what is the conclusion, or what is the future of this? Like what's it is for Amazon in this, and what's it is for MGM in this? So like what we can see here is that Amazon is very much willing to be competitive in the streaming industry. Like it wants to give Netflix, the likes of Netflix and other platforms, a tough fight. And although Amazon is still a very strong brand, but it also wants to become stronger in the streaming market. What I read across about Amazon and its top leadership, it is that they want to use the MGM talent team, which is very known for its creation and the storytelling, and they want to reimagine and redevelop the deep catalog of Amazon, and they want to enhance their abilities in the streaming industry. Now the thing is, like, they also want to improve their own originals. Like many of my friends told, like The Family Man has come. So they're having right now very less content as their own originals. So this would, the addition of MGM to their kitty would help them grow more. And now when we come to MGM, we can see that it has been the amount for which it has been acquired is around 37 times of its EBITDA. So which is a very, very hefty amount. Now apart from this, we can see that the MGM will get an opportunity to enter the modern Bollywood and digital contribution. And also, like we have been reading across that MGM was searching for its buyer since December 2020 itself. Like, so it is a golden opportunity from them that they have been acquired by someone like Amazon, who is already a great brand. So it's kind of a steal the deal opportunity for Amazon as well as the MGM. And we can say that although Amazon may have overpaid, or it might appear that, yeah, the amount that they have paid for this deal is very high, but the cost of creating their own original content, everything from the scratch without MGM in their means on their site would have been very difficult and very costly. So we can say that it was a very good deal. And now let's go to the next slide. And like we all know that Amul is known for sharing its views on major happenings around the world. So this was something that Amul has shared, like for the Amazon MGM deal. So this was something we came across and we wanted to share. So thank you very much. And this was from our team.